It's now time for League DRD, Driver Rotational Draft, DRD. Now, it's been 3 races since we shared with you our results, part because of people's schedules and stuff. Spencer, of course, covering for Dominic. He's in basic training for the Air Force. Mom's filling in for Paula. And we have just 3 races left before the end of the regular season, which starts our playoff at the U.S. and Mexico Grand Prix. Let's review the results in the match of kings between Dad and Dominic. Dad used his wild card, getting the services of Verstappen uncapped. Normally we have 0 points and 30 points as the bottom and top, but if you get a wild card, they get their true points. That's 45 points for Verstappen, but apparently comboing him with Norris and Ocon at the French Grand Prix only netted him 77 points. Dominic, who turboed Sainz, 60 points. Alonso, 23 points, and the 83 beats the 77. That is 2 points. Dad, look at that. Shake of the head. Shake the head. Why do I spend 2 credits to get nothing?
I spent 2 credits. He spent 1 credit. He still beat me.
Spencer, you get to inherit such riches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I filled in for him before, so I haven't let him down yet.
And because of the nature of the beast, Dad, even though he would have had 19-6, still automatically wins the court race, which Dominic would have to forfeit. So that means Dad will get 1 credit, 1 crown. Dominic, in this case Spencer, will get 2 crowns, 0 credits. Now, in the match of Lords, it was a tight race between me and Paula. Sainz and Ocon, 45 points versus Alonso Schumacher, 36. So I get a crown there. But then Paula's court race with Norris and Bottas scored 23 points versus my Stroll Magnussen, getting 16. And so each of us get 1 crown and 1 credit. So that will now lead us to how our results are looking like this season. Let me go over to the spreadsheet. Let's go to our teams. Our wild cards are people who have an average higher than 21 points. And so let's see. Hamilton, he's still in there. Let's see. Leclerc, Perez, Russell. Sainz is still at 21. And then Verstappen's at 26. So let's look. Yep, everyone except Sainz. So look at that. Sainz has yet to become a wild card. Wow, wow, wow. Now, here's the other thing that we have to take in consideration. We've got our keepers. So you are going to select 1 person to keep from your team. And I've already adjusted it. So Paula and Dad, or Mom and Dad in this case, and then Spencer and myself. So Spencer has less crowns than me. So he gets to choose his keeper. So we'll start off with you, Spencer. Sainz, Magnussen, Alonso, or Zhou?
Wow, let's see. One of these races for Ferrari, and the others don't. I think I'm going to go with Sainz.
Okie dokie. Because I also had Sainz, I cannot have him on my team. So Ocon, Magnussen, or Stroll. Let me look at the draft real quick. Ocon, Magnussen, or Stroll. So Ocon finished 9th. Magnussen finished 15th. Or Stroll. Okay. Spencer is going to be able to draft first. And if he drafts with Sainz... Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
I know who I'm keeping then. I'm going to keep Magnussen.
So his strategy is he's going to go with the lower person of a keeper since Spencer went with the higher one. So then his next pick can be high so he can go all the way up and get Alonso. So he's saving Magnussen. If he had saved a 1 higher, he couldn't get Alonso. So it looks like Michelle Mark is going after Alonso.
Alonso has finished in the points in the top 10 for the last 10 straight races. So he's a really good choice. Okay. So because, Mom, you've got less crowns than Dad, you get to choose your keeper first. Your options are Norris, Bottas, Alonso, or Schumacher.
So, I was thinking about Norris.
So Norris.
Okay.
And she gets to pick first, doesn't she?
Yeah. Now, remember, Norris, I don't want to think for Mom. Let's see. Where did Norris finish? Did he finish right behind Alonso, yeah?
Yes. Right under Alonso.
So Norris would theoretically give you 1 more choice. So it's up to you to think, do you think McLaren will be stronger or Alpine will be stronger at Monza? So Norris, because Norris finished behind Alonso by 1 spot, the highest position you can draft with Alonso is Magnussen. The highest position you can draft with Norris is Vettel.
Yeah.
So it's really only one difference. And so it may not be that big. So if you think Norris will do good, then just pick up Norris.
Right, because Norris and Vettel, Norris is 16, Vettel is 13, but Alonso is only 14 versus Norris is 16. So it makes more sense to stay with Norris if that's
for the race average? Okay, that's smart. Okay, so Mom's going to keep Norris. Dad, that means you cannot draft Norris. So your options are Bottas, Schumacher, and Ocon.
Well, let's see. If I go with Bottas, I can have my pick of everyone. Where is Schumacher? He's way up here.
Schumacher?
Yeah.
He qualified in the top 10 and dropped down to 13th. So that's the issue is, does Schumacher lose positions after his qualifying? If so, then he's going to lose points.
I'll go with Bottas so I can get my pick of the field.
Okay, so you're picking Bottas. Okie dokie, so now we've got our things set.
So what's the difference between that top race where it has 4 positions and then the King's race that only has 2 positions and the court race that has 2 positions that we're filling?
So this is our team. I mean, we pick 4 drivers. Then we have to decide which 2 drivers we're putting in this race and which 2 drivers we're putting in this race.
Yeah, so like with Mom, your question, the top is our lineup of 4 drivers, and then 2 of them go in your King's race, 2 go in your court. So you're drafting 4 drivers and then splitting them up amongst 2 teams.
Since Mom hasn't drafted, can you and Spencer draft first, even though you're matching Kings, so that she can see how you do that?
Sure, I guess. Okay.
Hey, I gotta do Paula good.
Yep, that's true. Okay, so then that means that Sainz, Spencer, you get to draft first. So you get Schumacher down, it looks like.
Yeah. So I know the next race coming up is the Italian GP. Monza's a high-speed circuit. I got to pick a car that's got a lot of vroom in it. The problem is, I'm really a fan of a lot of these cars here having a lot of horsepower. Like if I had an Alpine to pick, I would pick them. Or, if I had someone with good engine. So I've kind of got to go based on who's just a consistent points finisher. And that really leaves me with Bottas or Vettel.
Bottas has been after the last 3 races.
Yeah. That's the problem, is Bottas has been having an unlucky streak, which makes me want to think Vettel. But I got to think ahead. I know you're going to go pick in Alonso genius boy up there, which leaves me with Ocon or Norris. If I pick Vettel, I'm not going to have access to Ocon, who I know has a very fast car under him and will do well in the Italian GP. So
you draft Vettel will be able to allow you to draft anyone Norris down.
Wait, really? That high? Wait, did I mess up somehow in my
Vettel
counting?
Finished 14th, and you go to column PW. Yeah.
Then I'll go with Vettel. I thought it was only like signs down. Okay, so I'll go with Vettel then.
Okay.
Over Bottas.
See, we can help each other out here. Yep.
So Vettel?
Yeah, he's picking up Vettel, and now I get to draft twice. Like Spencer was talking about, you want to think ahead, but you also wanted drivers who did really well at Spa. Normally, Spa and Monza go back and back, but they decided to have the Dutch Grand Prix in between. So I know that the Alpine was really strong at Spa, so that's why I'm picking up Alonso. I really hope the Aston Martin is good next season, because it's going to be terrible that Alonso is doing so good this year in the Alpine, and then is a back of the pack with Aston Martin next season.
I want Alonso to take over Perez's seat. That would be OP.
True.
But they re-signed Perez for another couple of years. I think Red Bull dropped the ball on that one. I really think Red Bull could have got Alonso. I think they could have worked.
Yeah, but I don't think Red Bull wants Alonso when they already can win the constructors with Perez, and Perez isn't going to be squabbling with Verstappen. We all know that Alonso is a diva if the team isn't around him, and Verstappen would not be allowing the team to go around Alonso. You know what I mean?
The other problem is you don't want a Hamilton and Nico Rosberg situation.
Or a Hamilton-Alonso situation. Alonso went from 2 years at Renault back-to-back champion. He goes to McLaren. It's rookie season for Hamilton. The 2 butt heads the entire season. And then Alonso left and went back to Renault. Let's see. For me, Alonso could give me Joe, Ricciardo, Latifi, Bottas, or Tsunoda. What garbage. Okay. Let's see. If I think what you're going to do is that then I need someone who's able to
Magnuson.
pick. Okay.
So anything below. Okay.
So I'm going to draft. How was Ricardo at
So bad?
Monza? Ricardo was garbage at
He
Monza.
won last
right?
year. I was so upset because
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. He won last year. Sorry. How did he do at Spa? Excuse me. Mom was at the race, everyone. Mom was at the race. Although, Mom, you had no clue that Perez was going to get that penalty, did you?
No. So I was very unhappy when I found out that it was Ricardo that won. I was like, what? How did he do that? But then again, because the screens were all in Italian and I didn't know how to pick up the English version, there's no way for me to know.
Okay, Ricardo was 15th.
The
Joe,
McLaren is not fast.
Norris is fast. Joe was 14th at Spa. Latifi was 18th at Spa. Bottas DNF'd at Spa.
They do it on purpose, so you have to have.
Sonoda got 13th at Spa. Man, is Bottas going to do me dirty again?
No, it's will his car do you dirty. It's not him.
Okay, guys, because it's the match of kings, I only need 2 drivers. Give me some Bottas.
Okay, so what does that leave for Spencer?
Okay, so Bottas then allows me to draft anybody, and so I'm going to pick up either Ocon or Norris. No, never mind. Those are my 2. I already did it. My bad. It's your turn, Spencer.
You just gave him
You're
away
just
your
telling him what you're
strategy.
doing now.
I already know what he's going to do. It's not like I had to tell him what to do. So with Vettel, you can pick up Norris down.
Let's see. There's one guy who's going to go on a streak, is really fast, and I'm a personal fan. Who could that possibly be?
Verstappen.
Must be Lando Norris. Dude is the GOAT of the midfield, other than Alonso.
Okay, so you're picking up Norris?
Yeah, and I'm just going to have to accept that, even after picking Norris, I really don't have any other option.
Okay, so then you got Joe, Ricardo, Latifi, and Sonoda.
See, because the interesting thing is, if I was in the court race, I would have picked Ocon, because Ocon would allow me to pick Albon. So, right? So then I could go for both races at once. But because I'm in the Kings race, I want to stack all of my power, Norris and Sainz, in winning the Kings.
Right.
Now I just, get 3 points on the other side. So I have to think I can pick anybody in this field and it won't matter because I'm going to take this one by default if I lose. Using that logic, I want to pick somebody who's going to pair me well going forward in the future. Now, Norris doesn't leave me with many options here. I know no one's picked Latifi yet, ever, but I'm still not going to pick him. I'm going to go with Ricardo.
Latifi.
Or Latifi.
No, that dude's an agent of chaos. I don't trust him.
You know what the coolest thing was about it, Spa? So I was at the end of the Kimmel Straight, and you all remember when Latifi took out Bottas at the end. As soon as that happened, I started chanting "Go Tifi," and the whole crowd picked it up. Like 30,000 people for probably about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, were just shouting "Go Tifi," and then they called the the VSC and. It kind of stopped.
Hilarious.
Pretty cool moment.
So did I hear you say Latifi? No, I heard.
No, I went with Ricardo, man. I've got hope for him. He's going to come back, dude. He did good last year. He's going to do it.
All right.
Okay, so now that we've drafted, it's now Mom and Dad's turn. Mom, you get
You're
to
not
draft.
going to pick your last player? You don't care about your last player?
Did I literally do this again? No way. Oh, I guess I did. Bottas allows me to draft Ocon.
It's like I can beat him with 3. I don't need that 4th driver.
Now to match 2. Mom, now you've seen kind of the methodology and the strategy. Your first driver is Norris, so you can draft Vettel down.
So Vettel averages 13 points a race. Magnussen 8, 6, 7, 7. Bottas 13, and Sonoda 5.
I'll go with Vettel.
Okay, and now I get 2 picks.
That'll get 2 picks. He starts with Bottas, which gives him Alonso down.
So I have to decide. I'm surprised that Sainz is still there. So I guess I could have picked a different keeper, but I guess I will go with Sainz. Wow. I think I was going for Alonso, but hey, I'll pick.
Did you just sound upset to pick Sainz?
Watch. What will happen is I'll have him for 1 race.
He'll become a wild card.
And
To be fair, there is a lot of gravel at Monza.
Thanks. And then I won't be able to use him when I get the match of kings. because he'll be not around.
No, it's because I'll be in the match of kings, and I'll pick him first.
Okay, so the question is, I can go with Mick Schumacher, Magnussen, Zoe. I really liked Spencer's thought process. So if I go with Ricardo, who else can I pick? Let's see, Ricardo. I could get Alonso, right?
Yep.
So I will go with Ricardo. I will follow Spencer's suggestion. See, that's the nice thing about picking second. Now, hopefully he'll win like he did last year. Okay, now you get to pick two. So
your last draft was Vettel, so you get to draft Ocon down.
Ocon, Stroll. Ocon has 15 average, Stroll 11, Gasly 10, Albon 10, and so on.
So who has Alonso?
No one does, but you can't get to him. You would have had to have Magnussen to get Alonso.
Well, that's something you have to choose, Mom. You get to draft twice. So if you wanted to, you could draft someone like Magnussen, go low, then get Alonso, or you pick up Ocon right now, and then Ocon would allow you to get a more midfield person. So if you think about this, Ocon averages 15 points. Albon averages 10. So that's an average of 25 points. Whereas if you went Magnussen, who averages 8, plus Alonso, who's 14, that would be a lower average. So that's up to you if you want to go Ocon, Albon to have a higher average.
Both Ocon and Alonso are both Alpine, and Ocon actually has a higher average than Alonso.
Yeah, but Alonso's been doing really good recently. So
Alonso is peaking right now, so that's why people are going with him, even though he has an average. So
at the beginning of the season, Ocon was just gaining positions and finishing ahead of Alonso, whereas recently Alonso's been able to get into form and be ahead.
I'll go with Ocon then.
Albon down.
Schumacher, Magnussen, Zhou, Latifi, or Tsunoda.
Ooh, that's a Haas car, though. How are the Haas?
Well, that's why I said, Mom, you could probably do Albon. He's the highest pick, and he averages 10.
Yeah, we'll do Albon. It was horrible to see those poor little Haas cars at Monza last year. They were the last cars, and they were so behind everybody.
And I guess
Not this year.
I picked Alonso.
Does Paula usually wild card or double anything?
We can look at the history. So Paula, she went 3 rounds, and then she used a turbo, then she used a turbo, and then did nothing the last 2 rounds. So she's been saving her credits, it looks like. Until I think it comes down to when you think you have signs, then you turbo.
Right, because if you turbo on these guys, then it's going to be hard to beat signs, especially if signs turbo. But if I don't turbo signs, and you turbo on these, you might do it. See, Dominic won because he turboed signs. If he had not turboed signs, I would have won. So it depends on, you have 3 races to go. You want to get into the King's race or not? If you do, you might want to spin the wild card.
Or you just be safe and let Paula spin all the credits next time.
I think I'd rather do that because that way she can make that decision.
So Mom decided to split her 2 best drivers, 1 in each race. Okay, that kind of makes sense, I guess.
If she's not going
if I were Mom, what I would have done is if I felt like I couldn't beat Sainz and Alonso, then I would have put Norris and Ocon in the court race to guarantee a point there. But it's fine.
All right, so that's what we have. Sainz and Alonso versus...
Although, funny enough, Ocon and Vettel could probably beat Bottas and Ricardo. Bottas has been DNFing, and Ricardo's been doing terrible.
So unless he wins like last year...
There is no way. No way. No way.
This is like one of those, I know, you know, I know what you're going to do things.
Uh-huh.
Wait, quick question. If I lose the courts race, still get a credit?
Correct. So that's why when you're in the match of kings, normally you just put all your eggs in the king's race basket, because if you lose the king's race, you automatically win the court race. And if
I was just double checking. Okay, I've got my team then. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't forgetting something.
3, 2, 1, reveal.
I knew you were going to do that.
I was about to pick Verstappen. I'm glad I did it. So
see, I was stuck between. I really thought that you were going to go and like turbo somebody or something. So I was like, okay, Sainz and Norris probably won't beat Ocon. So I was like, I need to use 2 instead of just 1. I should have just gone with just the single turbo on Sainz and saved myself a point, because now I basically wasted a whole point. But
It is as it is. So he decided to put Sainz, Norris with a wild card of Verstappen, Vettel, and Ricciardo.
I think, Spencer, you're probably correct because he beat me with Sainz turboed last time. However, if Sainz has a bad off race like he's had recently, Verstappen will shore him up.
Yeah, because like Verstappen's just gonna freaking destroy everybody this race. So that's like Verstappen will have more points than Alonso and Ocon put together.
Well, let's hope that he doesn't get knocked out because
that would be really bad. That would be really sad.
When I walked into the race last year, everybody was booing, and I was like, "What happened?" And they kept replaying this crash, and it was when Hamilton and Verstappen got all tangled up. So let's hope not. But
okay, so
Hamilton only knows how to start P1.
Well, thank you, everyone. That's been League DRD and some speculation about the last race and combining it all together. I'm going to probably edit this down or break it in. Glad you all for joining us. Thank you, Mom. Hopefully this was okay. Trying to figure out the strategy for the first time. Thank you, Spencer. Thank you, Dad. Goal for next season is I want us to find a web developer so that I can make League DRD on a website. I want us to be able to have all of you guys, fans, join us because it'd be kind of cool to have the four of us play, but have other people play. So that would be a goal this offseason. But until next time, we'll see you on the pit wall.